Well, I'm spending the night alone. I'm in Thailand, Koh Samui, at this pretty amazing glamping retreat, and I wanted to bring you along for a few reasons. So I want to show you what it's like to travel alone. Also, rituals, self-care that you can do to make the experience very peaceful and nourishing and not lonely. Straight up with you guys, I am going through some pretty heavy stuff right now. Some pretty heavy, dark transformations, like things that feel ancient in me that I'm letting go of. Limiting beliefs, people that aren't serving me, like the depths of heartbreak, this letting go of someone that I really love, like truly letting go. Not having this fantasy like he's going to change and we're going to get back together. It's really painful. I'm also stepping into using my voice for the 50th time. The universe has been pushing me for the past 10 years over and over to do it more. And it's been tough because my body, my nervous system has been reacting to that, trying to keep me safe, I guess. But wow, I've had to really speak my truth over and over, and it has not been pretty. I have been losing friends, having interactions at work that weren't so pleasant, painful boundaries with my family. It's been so much. I want to show you that even in those tough moments, like, you can enjoy some self-love. And what better place to do it than Thailand, and especially Koh Samui. So if you haven't heard of this place, maybe you've seen White Lotus. It's kind of gained popularity since season 3 of White Lotus. Based on everything I just shared with you of all the healing I'm doing, that is why I picked this place. It's kind of funny because the vibe here is very much couples. So it's like all these romantic couples and me. And I think that I needed to see that. I needed to be surrounded by love and to still feel okay with being alone. Like, I don't need to surround myself with single people or a party vibe. Like, I can be here and still own who I am. It's okay to be different. What's really great about this place is it is like glamping like you've never seen. Like, this is super diva posh. I have my own little garden space in the front with sunbeds, this outdoor bathtub, shower, bathroom set, and this stunning room. And just outside the room is this gorgeous pool and a restaurant and a bar. And it's really everything you need to enjoy some solo travel and also heal. So trust me, I used to feel really nervous about traveling alone, to the point that I wouldn't travel if I couldn't find a friend or a partner to go with me. And then I would hold on to all this resentment, like, if only I could travel, if this friend would go with me or this partner. So yeah, obviously I had to let go of that belief because it was just limiting and preventing me from doing the things that I want to do. So now I see solo travel as like the most beautiful way to reset, to reflect, and to recharge. And I hope that everyone takes that time for themselves. And honestly, I can tell you, like, when I was booking this, there was some hesitation coming up, even though I travel alone often. There were just like these voices in my head of like, oh, if only you had someone to go with, or you're single, you don't have a partner. That's pretty sad. And it was tough, but I did it anyways. And now that I'm actually sitting here, I'm like, this is perfect. I'm so proud of myself, and I'm so happy that I'm focusing on self-love. Like, as soon as you get into that zone, you realize how much you deserve it and how worthy you are. So today, I'm going to take you with me on my little adventures here at the retreat center. Just sharing like little self-care rituals, reflections that I love to do to just enjoy my time and really make the most of it. So I just want to share with you some of my journaling that I've been doing lately. So I like to keep my journaling really simple. Basically, the intention is to build inner awareness. And so I'll note down like 3 emotions that I'm feeling each day, my cycle day, and maybe like some of the self-limiting thoughts that are coming up for me, and just like really letting it be ugly, like just getting it all out. And if it's pretty heavy, I'll write a letter to myself, almost like I'm writing to a dear friend or someone I love, and kind of like going against those self-limiting thoughts. And this is really helpful to pull me into self-compassion. So anyways, I've come back to one of my faves, Louise Hay. She is just like one of the first kind of like wellness gurus, wellness leaders that I was really drawn to. And so I actually just found this at the airport and I thought, yes, I need that. So Unlock the Power of Affirmations, and I've actually only been in the first like 2 or 3 chapters all month. I keep coming back to it. To be honest, like I've just been super depressed, and so it's been hard to even read, which is kind of sad, but like that's how heavy it's been lately. But I'm really, again, this is why you take these self-care moments, because it brings you back into your creativity, back to yourself. And what I've been working on now is, starting with I approve of myself. And any thought that really challenges that, reminding myself that that is just trying to keep me in the past. That belief is trying to keep me in the past. And so it's just like you're saying to it, I approve of myself. It's like you pause in that moment, wherever you are. Another affirmation I've been exploring, and this is one that I say out loud, is I am willing to change. I'm so much about like self-compassion and kindness to yourself, but I think you also have to be pretty fierce and be able to admit the things that you're doing that are not serving you. The nasty, like unhealthy habits that you have to let go of. And so I am willing to change has been a powerful one for me. And this is like any old belief that is holding you back. Are you willing to change that? And if you're not, just exploring like I'm willing to change, I'm going to change, I'm exploring change, just entering that field, that frequency. I don't know how I feel about this one, but I'm still exploring it, is like whatever you want, whatever your goal is believing that you already have it. So for example, not I want to be successful, I want to make money. I am successful. I am successful. So those are the 3 that I've been exploring, and these I find aren't just something that you write down. It's something that you bring into your meditation. It's something you look in the mirror and you say every day. Say it to your friends, like just put it out there and put it into existence. Okay. Well, let's talk about solitude. This is something I find to be a struggle for women, especially as we age. Being alone, being okay with being alone, embracing being alone. Solitude doesn't have to equal loneliness. That's the first thing to really discern. I am choosing solitude for my peace, really, for my peace, but I'm not lonely. And I've been in relationships, I've been in friendships that have actually made me feel way more lonely than when I'm actually alone. So I've learned over many, many years of having to embrace solitude that these are the moments that I've really started to understand myself and started to trust myself, because I'm someone who can very easily distract myself in a relationship or through friends that really aren't aligned with me. And it just became a distraction method. And so when you kind of release that, and when you choose to be alone over to be around people who aren't serving you, who aren't healthy, you grow as a person. You become so much stronger, you become inspiring. And so I don't want to sugarcoat it. Like, sometimes it is sad, sometimes there's a longing or a wish, like I want to have a partner, I want to be with a group of people right now. But anyways, I don't know what I'm saying, you guys. Solitude doesn't equal loneliness. That's all I'm trying to say. I know a lot of people who are terrified to be alone. And they don't grow. Like, they're stuck at the same level because they're constantly distracting. They're constantly calling someone or being in shitty relationships or anything to not be alone. And I don't want to be like that. I used to be like that. And in the end, I just felt completely disconnected from myself. So it's a choice. Let's talk about what it's like to be in Thailand. I know I've been focusing on being alone, but the choice of being in Thailand is actually a huge part of my journey. And of all the places I've visited, like of all the countries I've been to, there's something about Thailand that's really like fast-tracked my healing and my growth. It's like a vortex. Like, it really forces you to face your wounds, forces you to face your shadow. It's insane. I think it's the connection to nature here. Like, I think we're so connected to water and earth here. And those elements are sort of pushing you to face parts of yourself that maybe in like a concrete jungle in a city are easier to avoid. So I don't know how I ended up staying so long here, but you know what I will share with you about being specifically in southern Thailand, Koh Samui, Koh Phangan, is you can go to one of two ways. The first way, and I hope that this doesn't happen to you, but I've seen it a lot. The first way is that you can disappear. This is a really, really easy place to disappear in. If you want to hide from something, if you want to start over, if you don't want anyone to find you, this is your place. And I've seen people do it. Like, I've seen people really have shady pasts and come here. Or I've seen people run away from bad things that they've done and not want to face it, not want to face their shitty behavior, and they come here. And there's no responsibility, no one to hold them accountable. So there's that way that you can go. The other way that you can go is to discover who you are. And what I mean by that is, like, I was living in London before this, and I was just like working for people, just, you know, to make money, living for the weekend, you know, making some CEO richer. That's all that I was doing. Like, I wasn't tapping into what was feeding my soul. And what you'll find when you're in Thailand is, like, everybody has a business. Everybody's a healer, a teacher, a guide. Everyone's starting their own business. And sure, that can be annoying, but it's also a good energy to be around, you know, like people who believe in themselves and trust themselves and trust that their offering is unique, and at least they're being true to who they are and they're owning who they are. So I didn't do that before I came to Thailand. And then when I came here, I completely switched careers. You know, I was doing graphic design, and then suddenly I was doing yoga therapy, somatic healing, art. So there's something so creative and special about being here. From a logistics standpoint about being in Thailand, I would say you have to know how to ride a bike. It's very, very important. Or I guess you could rent a car, but for me, this is renting a bike. You gotta know how to rent a bike. So I think I'm gonna start talking about Thailand more. Please, you know, let me know what questions you have specifically about, you know, being in Thailand or traveling solo in Thailand. And I can make so many more of these and just share the magic here. the most beautiful day on my own, journaling, reflecting, going in the pool, doing some work. And the sun's starting to go down. And honestly, I feel so good right now. I feel like there's some space between me and some of the things that have been right here. Things with my family, my ex, work, and I feel like I can breathe. And sometimes that's all you need is just get out of the environment, take a little break. And what better place than Thailand? This flower smells so beautiful. I wish that you could smell it through the camera screen. Little things like this about Thailand are so special. So I think it's time for me to have a cocktail. And maybe you can join me. Nobody else will. Just kidding. And get some nice Thai food. That's the thing about Thailand, though, is like if you were to go to Europe, try to find a hotel on your own, like it's quite expensive and getting around is a bit tough sometimes. But then when you're here, it's like, you know, everything is so much cheaper, number one. And it's easy to get around. Like just get on a moped, grab a cheap taxi. Like everything is so accessible here, which can be dangerous, of course, but you just got to be smart about it. So my glamping bungalow has this cute little front garden area with a fence around it. Like it feels like you're in this suburb, like a really fancy, cool suburb. And it's so nice because actually grass is quite rare to see grass in Thailand. And it's like a little front yard with sunbeds. I've just been kind of sitting in the grass and connecting with the trees and grounding. So I'm going to show you now. So cute, this front area. So there's the front, well, the gate, I guess. And that's to wash your feet. And that's a little yard. It's so cute. And little outdoor thing, whatever you call that. Like it's actually perfect. Let me show you the bathroom, the outdoor bathroom. Come with me. So, I'll be in that later. Isn't this cute? And the outdoor shower. How cute is this? I love an outdoor shower. This is making me rethink my actual home in Thailand now. Like, I want to live in a glamping tent. How do I make this happen? And then when you're showering, this is what you see. Very peaceful, very demure, very mindful. Good morning. There is a little waterfall in the pool outside here, so maybe you can hear that. But I woke up really early this morning, and actually, to be honest, I put on this Netflix last night. It was about a woman who went missing on a cruise, and the energy was so wrong, so I turned it off. I thought I'm gonna have nightmares, and that is not what this solo trip is about. So I have just come out to my little private yard area, I guess you could call it, and I got a coffee next door because it's cheaper. That's how I roll. I went across the street to a little cafe and got a coffee for 50 baht. And of course, soda water. Cannot live without Singa soda water in Thailand. I'm gonna enjoy my morning with my coffee and some journaling before I go back to my home, back to my kitty. But I'm really waking up and enjoying being on my own here, having this time for myself, really proud of myself, like a little bit of reflection, like, yeah, you should do this more often. And it's inspiring me to do it again, and so I hope it's also inspiring you. So thank you for coming along with me. And if you're watching this and you want to travel alone, yes, do it. I mentioned yesterday being surrounded by couples, and when I went out last night, I went to this little beach bar. It was really cute, but again, it was like lots of couples, and I spoke to the owner, and she was just telling me, like, yeah, this area, Mainam, is families and couples. And I thought, okay, that makes sense. But that's actually like what I prefer right now. I don't want to be in more of like a party scene, I guess. But it was interesting, like, to notice what that felt like, to be around, like, surrounded by it, and what the thoughts were. And honestly, they were pretty good this time. Like, there was more like, you know, that's them, this is me. Happy for them, happy to see that, happy to be surrounded by love, and feeling that gratitude, which sometimes I can't feel, sometimes it's tough. But this time it felt like just this affirmation of, like, I'm exactly where I need to be. I need to be this woman right now. I need to spend time with her. And I even had some friends ask me to go out last night. And I kind of sat with that and really asked myself, like, what does my body need? And my body wasn't asking for that. It wasn't asking for energy, social interactions, movement. It was asking for rest. And so I ordered some nachos and I just laid in bed and I watched Netflix. It was great because I woke up today feeling more refreshed, feeling clarity. Maybe if I would have went out, I wouldn't have had that.